Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from slimandstylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to be playing with the Playing in the Rain Cling stamp set. I love this one, I fell in love with it. It has coordinating dies, and these are the dies. What I love about this set is the tortoise. So I own a tortoise squirt. He's gorgeous and cute, and I'll put a little picture over the video now for you. Isn't he adorable? And he features on all of these papers and also on the stamp set. Now the great thing about these papers is they've got like a wax finish on it. So hopefully you can see, but they shine. They're brilliant. They're quite thick and it's really lovely. So you get 12 sheets of 6 double-sided designs and you get 2 of each. Now, I'm going to be using this top sheet for my projects. What I've done recently is I've started taking one sheet of DSP and using it to create a number of projects, and that's what I'm going to do today. So you can see the dies actually fit the images in this stamp set. The stamp set's at 70%, so once it's actually stamped, they will fit. But they also fit this sheet of DSP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one 12 by 12 sheet, I'm going to sit and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot, and I'm going to cut out all of the little character pieces. And I'm not just going to cut out the full pieces, I'm also going to cut out the half pieces and the 3/4 pieces, because we will still be able to make cards with those. So after I'd done that, these are all the pieces. I sat and did it all in front of the TV one night, and you can see I've done the half pieces as well. Now over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be bringing you cards that's using these little bits and pieces. So at the start of each video, I'm just going to play this video and then I'll show you a different project that I have used with all of these. And you can see it's cut all of the bits of paper out, but it's actually got decent sized parts on the back so that I can use the pink DSP with the projects, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to layer it up with other options. So I'm going to do 5 or 6 projects over the next couple of weeks and hopefully you like them. I'm just going to put these all to the side and let's get kick-started with the next project. So for this card, I'm actually going to use some other DSP as well. So I'm going to use this tiny little bunny, which I think is really cute. And I've got this DSP, which I've already used on another project. So I did have some scraps of it. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Shapes dies, and I'm going to use this tiny little sort of, oh, what are they called? Like diamond die. And I'm just going to cut a whole heap of these out using that die. And I'm going to be mainly playing with the orangey sort of colours that will match his face. So there we are. I have die cut out lots of them. Can't exactly remember how many I did. I just kept going and going until I ran out of scraps. And you can see that it is pinky and it is orange. I've mainly cut on the orange side, and I'm just going to build this up like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pay any attention as to whether it is the orange bit or whether it's the pink bit and try and get it in order. I am literally just going to stick these down whichever way they go. So I'm going to turn these over so it's on the blue side. Now I could have easily done this on the blue as well because his jacket is blue, I know. I just really liked the watercolour wash look at it. And now I'm going to stick a load of mini dimensionals on the back of each of these little diagonals so that they're just easy to stick and they're going to stick onto the card 3D. This die set, the Beautiful Shapes, is really, really good. There's lots of interesting different shapes in the set. So if you are just going to get one die set rather than getting all circles or all squares, this has a mixture, but they just create some really fun backgrounds and can be used with a variety of sets. I would definitely recommend this die set. Right, so I'm just going to be pulling all the backs off here. I'm not going in any particular order. I am only going to go halfway because otherwise my sleeve's going to get stuck to the others, and then I will come in and do the rest of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them to 2 different places on the card. I haven't got any rhyme or reason as to how many is going in each place, just until I feel happy with it. So I'm going to sort of just keep popping them like this. First of all, I thought I'd make a big diamond, but then I decided to branch out to the right and go again. And I'm not going to make an even bigger diamond because I just wanted it to look like a sort of mosaic tile effect. So I am just going to do like it To me, it's a W. In my head, that's a W with the end piece added on. Now the end piece hangs over, that's okay, not a problem. I didn't want it to look perfect anyway, and I'll just chop that off so it's not a problem at all. And now the other bits I'm going to use to create my other shape towards the top of the card. I'm doing the exact same thing of just picking them up with my take a pick tool. I'm using the putty end onto the paper, which is helping me just pick that up, grab it, turning it over and sticking it onto the card. So you can see that I've kind of mimicked the effect I'd done down below there. And then I'm going to stick my tiny little Peter Rabbit on. I'm going to be sticking him on with the bigger dimensionals. It's really handy that Stampin' Up! Do normal size dimensionals, but also the mini ones. It just means that it saves you having to keep snipping the bits of foam, and you can create whichever size background you want. So then I need to add a sentiment onto this card. So I'm going to be using the Oh Happy Day because I just think that's a really cute sentiment. And after playing around with where I wanted it, I thought I wanted it at the front. Now, rather than putting it completely flat on the card because everything else is standing up, I'm going to be using one of these hexagonal pieces. That always takes me a couple of seconds to remember if it's hexagonal or pentagon. I was never very good at shapes, but six is hexagonal. So I'm going to stamp this onto some scrap basic white. I'm going to be using Mango Melody. It's one of my favourite colours, and you can see my ink pad needs a little bit of a re-ink. So I used the side of it where it wasn't as bad. And because I wanted this to stand out, I actually have used my marker just to go around the edge of it. So I'm going around the left-hand side like I would a shadow, but rather than actually drawing it, I'm doing it in dots. I'm going to do it on each part of it. Now I can't remember the famous painter that did everything in dots, but I always kind of liked that style. I thought it looked pretty cool, and so you will often see that I put little dotty border around things or anything else like that. I'm not claiming to be a world-acclaimed dotty artist, but you know, something like that. And then I'm just going to stick that onto the card. You'll notice I've done it at a bit of a slant. It's because it was just looking a little bit too uniform for me, so I just put it at a slight slant so that it sort of offsets on the diagonal pieces. And then I'm just going to be using our adhesive back sequins. These are from the mini catalogue, and there's so many of them. There's 2 sheets like this in the pack, and it's just great because I don't have to think about adhering them or anything else. They just stick using my take a pick tool. So simple. And that is pretty much the front of my card finished. So I'm just going to adhere this to a card base. It's already cut and pre-scored, so it ends up being an A6 card, and sticking that on. And here's my finished card. I hope you like it. Let me know below. I am doing a number of these using the rest of the cut-offs from that DSP, so do make sure you check them out. It is the Playing in the Rain set, and it is available from my store slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Do head over there for all of your Stampin' Up! Needs, and I would thank you very much by sending you a little thank you gift as well. Do head over and check my Instagram out at slimandstylish, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do make sure that you've liked, commented to let me know where you're from, and that you're a subscriber for more content.